Good morning, everyone. Today we will see the female reproductive organ. As we know, the female reproductive organ has a two-part internal genitalia and the external genitalia. The reproductive organ in female are essential for the successful reproduction. The organs are broadly divided into three areas, that is the external genitalia, internal genitalia and accessory reproductive organs. So today we will see the internal genitalia or internal organ of the reproductive system. So what is that, the internal reproductive system? The internal genitalia organ is internal genital organs in female include the vagina, uterus, fallopian, include the vagina, and then comes the uterus. This full part is the uterus and the fallopian tube. This both side bilateral. This is the fallopian tubes and the ovaries. Here you are seeing the oval shape. This is the ovaries, and this part is the just like a finger like projection. This is the fimbrium. So we will see one by one. First one is the vagina. We will see the vagina. The vagina is a fibromuscular, distensible, hollow tube joining vestibules of the vulva with the uterus. It forms lower part of the internal genital tract to provide canal for the menstruation, coitus canal and the birth canal. So it is that vagina is the three canal, we can say, provide the canal for the menstruation. Menstruation is coming from here, from the uterus to internal part to the vagina, and the coitus during the sexual intercourse. This part is using coitus canal, we can say, and the birth canal. When the baby is born, baby will come through this way. So cervix project in a upper end of the vagina called the vaginal vault. Cervix project into the upper end of the vagina is called the vaginal vault. Then vaginal canal is a 2.5 centimeter wide and wide. The being widest 3.5 centimeter. It is uppermost part of the narrow and the lower end of the introitus. So this is the uppermost part of the this is the we can say it forms the lower part of the internal genital tract. It is the lower part of the internal genital tract to provide the canal of the menstruation, coital canal and the birth canal. And this cervix projection, this is the vagina, and over the vagina there is a cervix. This cervix project into the upper end of the vagina is called the vaginal vault, and its canal is 2.5 centimeter wide. This chodai 2.5 centimeter wide and being widest 3.5 centimeter. 3.5 centimeter तक ये चौड़ा हो सकता है. Its uppermost part is narrow and the lower end is the endoitus. There is the lower end. This is the endoitus. Endoitus means the ovary. The canal is directed upward and backward, forming an angle of the 45 degree with the horizontal in erect posture. It has got enough power of dispensability as evidenced during the childbirth. Then comes the vaginal vault. There is a vagina and the vaginal vault is here. We can see it is here. It is a vaginal vault. It has an anterior and posterior and two lateral walls. This vaginal wall is, this is the anterior and posterior, and both the lateral wall is there. So it has an anterior and posterior and two lateral walls. The anterior and posterior wall lies in opposition. The anterior wall is a 7.5 centimeter long and posterior wall is a 9 centimeter. The anterior wall is a 7.5 centimeter and this is the posterior wall is a 9 centimeter. Vagina has the appearance of the letter of H, is closed session. If we will see, it is the letter of H in a closed session. Then vaginal fornices. The fornices are the cleft formed at a loop of the vaginal wall due to the projection of uterine cervix through the anterior vaginal wall. There are 4 fornix, 1 anterior shallowest, 2 lateral and 1 posterior deepest. Then comes the vaginal secretion. The vaginal pH from puberty to menopause is acidic. The secretions will be here from the puberty to the menopause, which is the acidic. The pH varies with the estrogenic activity and ranges between the 4.5 centimeter. Then comes the uterus. This portion will come. This was the vagina, this is the cervix, and this is the uterus part, uterine part. So uterus is a hollow periform muscular organ situated in the pelvis between the holder in front of the rectum and behind the urinary bladder. Now hold in front of rectum, between the holder in front, between the bladder and in front and the rectum behind. So position is, normal position is one of the anteversion and LT flexion. The uterus usually inclines to the right to the cervix is directed to the left and comes in close relation to left uterus. Left ureter measurement and a part. The uterus in nulliparous woman is 7.5 cm long, 5 cm wide and 2.5 cm thick and weight is 50 to 60 gram. नल्लीपैरस वुमन दैट मीन्स जिसका कि अभी तक कोई भी बेबी नहीं हुआ है. सो हर यूट्रस लेंथ विल बी, यूट्रस इज फंडस, बॉडी एंड सर्विक्स देयर इज. सो यूट्रस part is lengthwise it is 7.5 centimeter, wide 5.5 centimeter and 2.5 centimeter thickness will be there. The uterus is parous woman is 8.2 centimeter, 6.2 centimeter wide and 2.5 centimeter thick in weight about 70 to 80 gram. Parous woman मतलब जिसको कि बेबी हो चुका है या second time she is going to deliver, their uterus length is 8.5 centimeter. In parous woman there is a 7.5 centimeter. There is a nulliparous woman, there is a 7.5 centimeter. In parous woman 8.5 centimeter length is there, 6.2 centimeter wide is there and 2 centimeter is the thickness will be there. And weight will be near about this uterus weight will be the 70 to 80 gram. Your uterus has got the fallopian parts, the body of corpus, isthmus and cervix. Isthmus part is here. This is the isthmus part. Here it is written the isthmus part, and the body of corpus and the cervix. And cervix will be here. This portion is the cervix, and the corpus part is the corpus luteum. This part is the corpus part is here. So we will see one by one the body of the uterus, body of the corpus. This is the broader upper 5 centimeter position of the uterus. This is the broader upper 5 centimeter of the uterus. 5 centimeter position of the uterus. The body is further divided into fundus and body proper. This body is divided into fundus and body proper. This ubhra hua part or protruded part is the fundus of the uterus and the body of the uterus. The part which lies above the opening of the uterine part, the part which lies above the opening of the uterine tube is called the fundus. It is solid and not hollowed at upper and lateral angle of the fundus called corna. Upper and lateral angle of the fundus is called the corna. Where the fallopian tubes are attached on either side. Where the corna part is where the fallopian tubes are attached on the either side. The body proper is triangulated. Yes, you can see the body is just like a triangle. Triangulated, triangular, and lies between the opening of the tubes and the isthmus, and lies between the opening of the tubes and the isthmus part. Then comes the structure of the body or corpus. Structure of the body and corpus. The wall consists of 3 layers from the outside in inward: perimetrium, myometrium and endometrium. This uterus has a 3-layer: perimetrium, myometrium and endometrium. The innermost layer of the uterus is called endometrium. The perimetrium is the outer outer part, and it is the outer perineal coat which invests the entire organ except on-line lateral border. Then comes the myometrium. In between the perimetrium and endometrium there is a myometrium. Second layer is the myometrium. It consists of intermediated bundles of the smooth muscles with the intervening and connective tissues. Then comes the endometrium. It is the reddish mucus. Endometrium is the inner part, the internal or innermost layer of the uterus, we can say. This is the inner part of the endometrium. The endometrium is the reddish mucous lining of the body cavity. It is 1 to 10 mm thick depending upon the hormonal stimulation. It consists of lamina propria and surface epithelium. The endometrium is changed to deciduous during the pregnancy. This endometrium, this innermost part of the uterus is called the decidua. There is a layer. See, it is written here the perimetrium, that is the outer layer of the uterus, and myometrium is the middle layer of the uterus, and this is the endometrium. Endometrium is the innermost layer of the uterus, and this endometrium only become decidua during the pregnancy. So in pregnancy we cannot say this is the uterus, we will say this is the decidua. So the isthmus, isthmus is constructed part. Isthmus is here. This is the fundus, and this part is called isthmus here. So isthmus, it is constructed part measuring about 0.5 cm situated between the body and the cervix. It is limited automatically internal and below by the histological internal os. It formed the lower uterine segment after first trimester. Cervix, it is cylindrical cervix. This part is the cervix. See the cylindrical form. Cervical canal we can see here, slitty part. Cervix, it is a cylindrical in shape and measures about the 2.5 cm. It extends from the isthmus and end at the external os which open into the vagina. The part living above the vagina is called the part living above the vagina is called the supravaginal, and that which lies within the vagina is called the vaginal part. Then comes the fallopian tube. This is the both side fallopian tubes, or we can say uterine tubes and oviduct. Other name of the fallopian tube and uterine tubes, another name is the oviduct. So fallopian tubes are pair hollow muscular tube, one on either side, this side here and that side there of the uterus. It lies at upper margin of the border ligament of the uterus. It has a canal which has two openings. Uterine opening measuring less than 1 cm diameter communicates with lateral angle of the uterine cavity, and pelvic opening, abdominal ostium, measuring 3 mm in diameter in the peritoneal cavity close to the ovary. Peritoneal cavity is here close to the ovary. This was the pelvic opening, and uterine opening is through near to the uterus. So size and part. Each fallopian tube is 10 cm long. This is the 10 cm long and 1 cm in breadth and ambulatory part. It has a 4 part from medial to lateral wall. Interstitial or intramural. It is narrowest part lying in the uterine wall and measures 1.25 cm in length, and its lumen 400 microns medially to 1 mm distally. Isthmus, second is the isthmus. Here it is the isthmus. Isthmus is straight to tortuous thick Tortuous, thick part measuring 2.5 centimeter in length and its lumen 1 to 2 mm in diameters. Then comes the ampulla. Here it is the ampulla. This corner is called the ampulla. Here it is written the ampulla of the isthmus we are telling. So this is the ampulla. Ampulla is the tortuous wide internal half of the 5 centimeter in length and its lumen measuring is 1.2 mm medially to 6 mm at outer end. Then comes the infundibulum. So there is a infundibulum. After their isthmus ampulla, there is this wider part is called the infundibulum. So what is that infundibulum? Funnel shaped open abdominal extremity measuring the 1.2 centimeter, and at the bottom of this part lies the abdominal ostium of 3 mm width. So here it is a opening. This opening is called the abdominal finger-like projection. This opening is called the abdominal, we can say abdominal ostium. Then the functions transporting the ovum from the ovary to the uterine cavity. You see the ovary here and here. This ovary is broken, and this ovary, that finger-like projection, has catch the ovum. When the ovum is come out, they will catch, and it is passes through here, and this transport from here to it is transport the ovum from the ovary to the uterine cavity. Ovum from the ovary. This is the ovary. Ovum is catches by the fimbriae, finger-like projection, or we can say the abdominal ostium, and it is passes through the transporting ovum from the ovary to the uterine cavity. This is the uterine cavity to the uterine cavity. Tubal secretion provides the nourishment of the ovum and provides the media for the fertilization. Tubal transport of the sperm, then site of the fertilization at ampulla, and the transport of the fertilization ovum to the uterus, and then comes the ovary. This is the ovary. Here it is ovary, and the ovary is here. The ovary is one of either side as a sex gland or a gonad in woman producing ovum and sex hormone during the reproductive period of a woman. Then morphology. Adult ovary is a solid flat ovoid gland measuring 3 cm in length and 2 cm in breadth and 1 cm thickness. Each ovary weighs 5.5 to 10 gram and average 7 gram during the reproduction period. It is intraperitoneal gland without peritoneal covering. It is attached to the posterior layer of the broad ligament by the mesovarium, and it's suspended from ovarian cornea by the ovarian ligament. Here is near the ovary there is the ovarian ligament also, broad ligament, and we can say the ovarian ligament. See, the ovarian ligament is here. It is near the ovary. This is the ovarian ligament, and the broad ligament is here. So the structure of the ovary is covered a single layer of cuboid cell known as a germinal epithelium. The substance of the gland consists of outer cortex and inner medulla. Cortex, it consists of the stromal cells which are thickened beneath the germinal epithelium to form the tunica albuginea. During the reproductive product of the cortex is thickly set with numerous follicular structures called the functional unit of ovary. In various phases of their development, they are related to sex hormone production and evaluation. The structure includes the perimodial follicles, maturing follicles, Graafian follicles, and the corpus luteum. Then comes the medulla. It consists of loose connective tissues, few unstraped muscles, blood vessels, and nerves. There is a small collection of cells called a Hollis cell. Then function. During the reproductive period of the ovary, discharge mature ovum at each menses cycle. Produce sex hormones, estrogen and progesterone, to prepare the endometrium for the embedding of the fertilized egg. So I think you understood the internal organ fully. I explained you, and with the diagram. If you like this video, like and share it. Okay, bye bye.